one thing I've had a lot of fun doing this past year is what I call happy hormone hours, where I actually get together with a group of women in any capacity, any walk of life, anybody with breath in their body. I'll talk to about this, and we call them happy hormone hours, and I come and donate my time. I don't charge any money. I often will bring food with me. Sometimes I'll bring a glass of wine or maybe a bottle of wine to share, and we just dialogue, and it's pretty engaging. I taught in the inner city for 30 years, so I can pretty much hold my own, don't get nervous. I love talking with women, and I'll give them some educational materials and kind of talk about what's going on in this area of hormone balance, and I'll be there to answer their questions. We have a lot of fun. Women always leave feeling positive, full of hope, and empowered on their journey. So I do love to speak at Happy Hormone Hours. We also have monthly Happy Hormone coffee hours that women can come and just talk to other women. It's interesting that women don't really have a place to come and talk to other women about hormone balance and get good answers. And so I've had a lot of success with Happy Hormone coffee hours once a month, normally the second Wednesday of the month, where women just get together and dialogue about their issues, concerns, ask questions, and we've learned a lot from that as well. And one thing I've learned from speaking to women at great length is that if women don't have conviction, if you don't have conviction about why you're doing hormone replacement therapy, you won't continue. Even clients that I have that have come on board and they're beginning to feel better, but they go to their traditional doctor or a family doctor, and he goes, "Oh, why are you doing that?" If these clients don't have conviction, if they're not educated, they may not continue therapy. So you really have to understand what's at stake, why you're making the choices you're making. Becoming empowered, I think, again, is critical. I use that word a lot, but it's really true. You have to have conviction to continue. You know, when you go on natural hormone therapy, it isn't always just, a downhill battle where your problems are solved. Hormone therapy doesn't cure a broken bone. It isn't going to heal your bunion. It's not going to repair a broken marriage, but here's what it will do. It will help your moods. It will help you with your energy and your fatigue issues. It will help you with your sleep issues. It will help you with depression and anxiety. It will help libido. It will help vaginal dryness. It'll help prevent breast cancer by giving you progesterone levels to balance out estrogen dominance issues. It'll help weight gain. But I think you have to be realistic, and it isn't an overnight fix. I have women that have come to me that have been sick for 19 years. And you need to give me 3 to 6 months to get you better. I think that's realistic. I'm not giving you a drug. Here's a pill. Take this. You're better tomorrow. See me in 6 months. We don't do that. It's a topical cream that we have customized for you. And here's the key, biofeedback. We listen to your biofeedback that you journal. So when you come back and meet with us, again for free, in 2.5 to 3 months, we can see how it's working for you and what we still need to work on, and we'll tweak your therapy. We'll customize your therapy further for you. Because here's the interesting thing, I think this is kind of funny. My husband writes the therapy for you, and he's not a middle-aged woman. I mean, I'll tell you, he's just not. So he doesn't know how your body's going to respond. So what he does is he takes the science, the data from your body, and with the information you've provided him, and he writes a strategy for your doctor to sign off on. And then because we're really big on accountability, and we make your therapy for you from start to finish, we will meet with you for free as often as you need us to. We recommend the second or third month, because before then your body is still getting used to everything and getting back up to speed slowly. So the second, maybe 2.5 months into the journey, we have you meet with us again, and we will say, okay, what's going on? Talk to us. Show us your journal. How are you? And here's how I use to evaluate that. I say a number scale 1 to 10. When you first came to the cottage, with 1 being icky and 10 being great, you're Beyonce, you're just dancing around, you're probably a low number. By the time you meet with Jeff and maybe me at the 3rd month, you might be a 7 or an 8, and that's great. You'll settle for that, but I won't. You are going to be a 10. So I'm meeting with my husband Jeff at the 3rd month, maybe the 4th month, maybe the 6th month if needed, and tweaking therapy and listening to biofeedback, you will become a 9 or a 10. And I think that's the beauty of what we do. You cannot customize the drug company made BHRT. You certainly can't customize the synthetic stuff. You can customize what we make for you in our lab bioidentically. Adrenal fatigue is not a myth. It's not something that's just, a new fad. It's been around for a long time. And James Wilson, I have a lot of respect for him, is one who really has brought this to the forefront of our awareness. And we recommend this book to many people. And here's the thing. I don't know one woman today that doesn't have adrenal fatigue. Think about this. Women in our society today are multitasking, crazed people that really aren't even on their own list anymore. And adrenal fatigue is huge. And I do know this. If we don't impact and rebuild your adrenal glands first, you're not going to feel better. You're going to be better. Because if we can balance your progesterone with estrogen, we can sort of help, remove the breast cancer risk. And we can help your sleep, anxiety, and depression. And we know that. And we can prevent disease. But you won't feel better. It's only by addressing adrenal fatigue that you're going to be better. So what we subscribe to is James Wilson's therapy, where it's over-the-counter, natural, adrenal rebuilder and supraadrenal stress tablets, and women are better because we're impacting and rebuilding the very fatigued adrenal glands. So by actually fixing those first, you feel better. Then you have the conviction to go the extra mile to continue on with your progesterone cream, your estrogen cream if you need it, testosterone cream. And you really can go the whole distance. Couple that with thyroid balance, and we use Armour Thyroid. We look at the dosage of Synthroid you've maybe been given. We offer supplements called Thyrofem to help the T3, T4 conversion and promote the T4 production. Really hugely impactful and natural. And so we really can with our strategy, rebuild fatigued adrenals, sluggish thyroid, and depleted hormone levels, and really, we're new women. I mean, I'm 55. I don't know what 55 feels like. I don't think that I feel that way. I feel like I did when I was, 25, 30 maybe. And I just think that's huge. You can't make it up. You can't fake energy. I mean, it just happens with good health. So I think that's been huge. Let's talk a little bit about what the hormones actually do. Again, we mentioned that progesterone helps sleep issues, helps depression, helps anxiety. It's the first thing women lose around the mid-30s. Postpartum depression often comes from lack of progesterone, and so they go into this deep depression and weepiness whether they had a baby. So if we just gave them progesterone, this would probably help the postpartum depression immensely. PMS is also symptomatic of end result of PMS would be that there isn't enough progesterone. Women who actually have severe PMS often are the same ones that have the postpartum depression, are the ones that have the most significant progesterone imbalances that need us the most. But actually all women at some point or another will come to that realization with progesterone levels that have depleted, and the symptoms are the sleep, depression, and anxiety. Testosterone actually does 4 things, believe it or not. Helps memory recall, good thing to do, helps libido, will help with the energy, and helps build strong bone. So when you go to your doctor with a DEXA scan, bone density test with the results, and he says, we're going to prescribe you, the bone building drugs that are on the market today, the Beniv and the Fosamax. My opinion is that they really interrupt the bone building process. They build the bad bone that slips off in the bloodstream. In fact, there are studies out that show that sometimes the jaw develops holes if you've been on those drugs for more than, maybe is it 3 years? You actually have to sign a waiver with an oral surgeon before surgery so that you make sure that they are not liable if something happens because you've been on those drugs. So I say, let's just be smart. Let's just get our levels checked, our hormone levels checked, and let's just, if it's needed, and if you've got a bone loss, it probably indicates that with low testosterone, let's just customize testosterone for you as a cream and put that into your bloodstream. That happened for me at about the age of 49, being a thin white woman. I had osteopenia, which is that slippery slope to osteoporosis. I was 49. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm not dead yet. I'm 49, really? So I took the Beniva. I didn't know any better. And my DEXA scan didn't really change over the next couple years. It got a little worse, actually. Surprise, surprise. So began my testosterone therapy, and 6 months later had another DEXA scan. I was up in the low normal range again. So I know that it works. So testosterone is what you need to build new bone. And I think how it works, my husband has told me this, is that it signals the osteoblast in the bone to build new bone. That's how it works successfully. So that's what testosterone does. Estrogen, I know that as women age in their 50s and 60s, the risk of heart attack and stroke equals that of men's because estrogen levels become depleted. So estrogen we often use to help prevent dementia, to help prevent heart disease, stroke. So it's a critical hormone to have. So we just like to keep those levels up and replenished. It's an anti-aging strategy, but it's a disease prevention. Again, disease occurs before symptoms appear. By the time the disease happens, it's kind of late in the game. So we like to do the preventative piece, which I do know that hormone